This figure has only been out for a day, and I'm pretty sure you guys have been hearing a lot about the terrible articulation. And as somebody who collects a lot of 1/6 scale figures, I usually don't care a lot about articulations. But I gotta say, when I was opening this, it was pretty bad. But after playing with it all night, after I posed it all night, still sounds weird, I might have found some ways around it. So in this video, I'm just gonna go through the figure real quick and show you guys some little tricks that might help you enjoy this figure a little bit more. I'm just gonna go straight to the point. Alright, let's see the accessories first. It comes with the figure. A pair of hands like this, a pair of grabbing hands, where you can grab this lightning, break like this and bang, grabs it. A pair of fists, and 1, 2, 3, 4 extra face pieces, 2 extended arms that are bendable, like this, and an extra Joy Boy Awakening head sculpt. And it comes with a stand that you can assemble like this. So let's look at the figure. First of all, it stands pretty well. The ankle joints are pretty tight, so easy to stand. It's just the leg, it's wired inside, so it's a little bit harder, a little bit trickier to actually put into position, but because of the joint, it's so tight and the feet are so big, it's pretty easy to stand. All right, let's talk about the top to bottom. First off, check the head. The regular, you pop up the hair, and you pop up the face, and then you exchange it like this. Simple. No need to explain it further. This cloud effect is actually removable. I actually recommend you to remove it first when you're actually posing it. So it makes it easier, or it's just gonna get into your way. 2 slots here where you can put the cloud effect in, and the cloth is very soft. Technically, you can remove it. It's glued in the upper back. Straw hat, you can't really put it on, and you can remove it however you want, and it hangs like this. The cloud effect, you can move it like this, and it's relatively tight, but sometimes like what just happened, it falls off all the time, and you just have to tighten it a little bit and carefully pose it, I suppose. But I don't know, maybe over time it'll start to get loose. I'm gonna remove this part. Cloud effect just get in the way all the time. Shoulder joints. Love the double jointed shoulder. It creates so much possibilities. Right? And this one, what I found interesting is that the neck part has so much room inside, so you can move it around. Abs is just the same as the regular Luffy, right? It's like kind of a soft rubber here. It's pretty tight as well, and it's really helpful when the legs articulation is that bad, which we'll get to later. The waistband, you can remove it, pop it open, and then put it back. And I also found this part really interesting, right? It's kind of when you're bending your legs and you can lift part of the edge of the shorts up a little bit. Very interesting, but not really practical. I don't like, it's not really necessary. And it can nowhere go close to a split. It's just like this. But the side compared to like front and back is way better. Like, this is the most that it can go. It's just terrible, right? But what I found out is that, let's get a little bit closer. That you can see the edges here on the thigh part. You can spin it around, and as you can see here there's a huge gap, right? It's supposed to be like this, right? No gap. But if you spin it around, there's a gap, right? You can see the joints inside. So when you spin it like this, you can go way further. So let's spin this way here. See? Now you can get closer to a split. And there's another turning point here, so you can turn the legs, adjust it to the correct position, right? And it can split pretty easily. Same concept going to doing a kick, right? What you want to look out for is just this little gap here. So let's say you want to kick to the front, so leave the gap to the front, and then you can kick a lot more. You can even do a high kick, right? So you spin this gap to the front, and this gap to the back, right? And then you can kick really high with the abs articulation. You can really kick high like this. Next thing we're going to talk about is how to change it into the extended arms, right? So you want to pull it like this, and when you open it, you can see the double joint right here, right? And when you take the extended arms, you can't really see on camera, but you can see left or right inside of here. So we're gonna install the left first. So at the beginning, it might be really hard to actually find the right angle, but I found a trick where you basically point this one up and follow this angle and just pop it right in like that, right? And later on, I found just if I push it like this, sometimes it bends a little bit more, but this angle, for some reason, it just works a little bit better because you can see that there's a lot more room underneath the arms right here. I just found it easier to find the angle here, and you can hear it pop. That's it. So the extended arm articulation is just, yeah, there's not much to talk about, you know. It's pretty long, so it's pretty flexible. You can basically pose it however you want. The tricky part is the regular length arm, right? I found it hard to do the Joy Boy laughing pose because the arm would never reach the face, right? But at the beginning, I thought there was only a joint here, like at the elbow part, right? That would make sense. But I forgot that this little arm part that sticked out is also wired inside. So you can actually bend this little part a lot. So that really helped me with my poses. Also, another thing I want to mention is that I have the regular Luffy figure here, and I thought about putting the accessories on this regular Luffy to the Gear 5 Luffy, but it's actually not compatible. I don't know if you can see it, but the Gear 5 hands are a little bit smaller than the regular Luffy, so I don't know what's going on there. The reason why it's not compatible, as you can see here, one has a bigger hole and another one has a smaller one. So not compatible, but that's okay. That's pretty much it for the figure, and honestly, I really love it. I just want to do a video real quick to show you guys the little tricks. Even though the articulation is not ideal on this figure, but you can still find some ways around it. So overall, a really good figure. I really had fun posing it. I really had fun taking pictures of it. If you want to see more videos like this, subscribe to the channel. And until next time, let me take a sip of coffee first. Ooh.